Hello, my name is Pia. I am a research student at Totori University and I am from Ecuador. Today I want to introduce you my country. So thanks to Time Festival for this invitation. This is the Ecuadorian flag. As you can see, it is yellow, blue, and red. The flags from Colombia and Venezuela have the same color, but the difference with the Ecuadorian flag is that it has the national emblem in the middle. Well, do you know where is Ecuador? Many people think it is in Africa or get a little confused because it has the name of the equator line. But no, Ecuador is located in South America. This is a America-centered map, as you can see. All this continent, America. And from this perspective, Japan is located to the west of Ecuador. So the distance between both countries is more than 14,000 kilometers. And in the middle, we have the Pacific Ocean. And the time difference is 14 hours. So when people in Ecuador are just starting their day, here in Japan, we are ending our day, just having dinner or getting ready to sleep. Here you have a closer map of South America. You can see here that Ecuador is located in the north of South America, between Colombia in the north and Peru in the south. It's one of the smallest countries in South America, but with the greatest biodiversity, not only in South America, but around the world. Here you have a more detailed map. Ecuador doesn't have 4 seasons like Japan, but it has 4 natural regions. The coast to the west, in the middle the highlands, to the east the jungle or Amazon, and to the west, but a little bit far from the continent, the Galapagos Islands. The capital city is Quito, and it's located in the north of Ecuador and in the highlands. And it has 2,800 meters above the sea level, so it's very high. And Guayaquil is the second city of Ecuador. It's the principal port, and it's located to the coast. But it doesn't have ocean. It has a huge river called Guayas. So Ecuador doesn't have extreme weather, but the coast is very hot and humid. The highlands are cold and dry. The jungle has like a warm weather and very rainy. And Galapagos has a mild weather and dry. It's like a beach weather, like everywhere. Well, you have the coast of Ecuador, which is the most populated region. It has 640 kilometers of shores. And you can have very good time doing outdoor activities. And there is a season where you can see the whales, these big whales. This is between July and August. Here you have some pictures of the highlands. Here in the middle, in the upper part, you have it's a monument dedicated to the equator line. because the equator passes through there. This is near Quito, in the highlands. In this region, the indigenous people called Quichuas live. And there are about 30 volcanoes that part of the Andes Mountains. The Andes are located from the south of Colombia to the south of Argentina and Chile. The highest in Ecuador is the Chimborazo, which is 6,262 meters above the sea level. It's really high. Then you have the jungle or Amazon. This is the region with 11 different indigenous cultures. Actually, there is a group of people called the Guaranis who are not contacted people. They live as they were living since hundreds of years ago. They don't want to have contact with the modern civilization. And two of the most important affluents of the Amazon River are located here, the Napo and the Marañón. These are the two rivers. Ecuador doesn't have the Amazon in its territory, but these two rivers are very important. Then you have Galapagos. The Galapagos archipelago is a protected zone. There are about 25,000 people living there. It's not easy to live there, actually. And it is famous because Darwin developed his evolutionary theory studying the endemic species of Galapagos. Actually, the name of this archipelago is given because of these giant turtles, the Galapagos turtles. Well, here I wanted to show you some people from Ecuador because people in Ecuador is very diverse. So you can see here indigenous peoples from the highlands, mixed people from Galapagos, white people from Quito and Guayaquil, some indigenous from the jungle, and Afro-descendant from the coast, and my family. I am here. So I just wanted to show you that all these people are Ecuadorians and they are very different, and all of them are my family and friends, and they live together in Ecuador. Now, I want you to see this picture. Do you recognize this mountain? Well, it's not the Fuji. It's not the Mount Fuji, but it's very similar, as you can see here. This landscape could be very, very nice and similar, as I said, but Mount Fuji is almost 4,000 meters above the sea level, but the Cotopaxi volcano, which is actually the volcano I just showed you, is almost 6,000 meters above the sea level. So it's a huge difference. You need equipment and professional training to climb this mountain, to get to the top. This stamp was created during the anniversary of the 90 years of relations between Ecuador and Japan. That was 12 years ago. Here I want to show you some basic information. So as you can see, the capital of Ecuador is Quito, and of Japan is Tokyo, of course. Population of Ecuador is 17 million people, and as you can see, It's a huge difference with the population of Japan, which is 126 million. The president of Ecuador is Lenin Moreno, who is ending his presidency this year. And the prime minister of Japan, of course, you know, is Yoshihide Suga since very, very short time ago. And the official language of Ecuador is Spanish, but there are other languages like Quechua or other languages spoken in Ecuador, but the official is Spanish, and it is a very important language in the world because 580 million people speak Spanish. And Japanese has 130 million speakers in Japan, and also because of the migration of the Japanese, for example, to the United States or in South America, for example, Brazil. The currency of Ecuador is the US dollars, and that's because there was a huge crisis in year 2001, and the government at the moment decided to change the currency, so Ecuador doesn't have its own currency, so we use US dollars. And Japan, of course, yen in English, in Japanese, yen. The export products of Ecuador are mostly agricultural products like banana, shrimp, roses, cacao beans, and petroleum or oil. And comparing to Japan, which exports cars and electronic devices, like these are the top goods. Well, Ecuador just export agricultural products. Then I was curious about how many Ecuadorians live in Japan and how many Japanese live in Ecuador, and I asked it to both embassies. The answer was Ecuadorians in Japan 214 and Japanese in Ecuador 300, so not so many. There are many, many things to say about Ecuadorian food, and I just want to show you this map. In Ecuador, we eat a lot of green banana, which is not the fruit, as you know, here in Japan. The name in English is plantain, and you need to cook it to eat it. And the food of Ecuador is very diverse. So each region has its own food. So it's a huge topic. But what I want to say is that in the coast, people eat a lot of banana, this green banana. In the highlands, potatoes, and in the jungle, a lot of cassava, which is like it's a root. It's like a potato. And Galapagos have a lot of seafood. They eat a lot of seafood. But and Ecuador has a lot of soups, many foods and many soups, and soup is a very important part of everyday meal. But what unifies all the food of Ecuador is actually rice. Like in Japan, people in Ecuador eat a lot of rice. So that's why I wanted to talk a little bit about interesting facts about Ecuadorian and Japanese rice. To the left, this is the Ecuadorian rice, and to the right is, of course, the Japanese rice. So, rice in America, I mean the continent, was introduced by the Spanish conquerors in year 1492, like more than 500 years ago. It sounds a long time ago, but rice in Japan was introduced more than 2,000 years ago in Yayoi period from China through Korea. So Japan has a huge, long history with rice. The type of rice eaten in Ecuador is indica, which is longer, and the type of rice in Japan is japonica, which is smaller and has more starch, so it gets together easily. That's why you can eat it with chopsticks. In Ecuador, rice is boiled with salt, garlic, oil, or pork fat. It means that it has flavor. In Japan, it's the opposite. Just boil it with plain water and no flavors. You add the flavors later. That is something I like about Japanese rice. And something very interesting about the consumption of rice is that in Ecuador is increasing. I found that in 2010, the consumption was 48 kilos per capita. And 2 years ago, it started to be 53. 53 kilos per capita. So it's increasing now because of the coronavirus crisis. But in Japan, it's happening the opposite. 60 years ago, the consumption of rice was 118 kilos per capita. But now, in 2016, is almost like Ecuador, 54 kilos per capita. So I am interested in this because this is my research topic. So I hope you like it. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching. And if you have any question or if you want to know more about Ecuador, just contact me. Bye bye.